Baniphumelele kwizivivinyo zenu enizozibhala maduzane nje. Sinothisha abanethulela izifundo zika grade 12 zonke izinsuku kusukela ngoMsombuluko kuze kube yiSonto. Zithokozeleni lezi zifundo, nisithumelele imibuzo lapho nidinga khona usizo.
Good morning or good day. This is Mr. Osei again. I'm here to deliver a topic, data handling. Before then, I'll welcome you with the words of John Herbert. That says, the future belongs to those who know how to learn. The future belongs to those who knows or those who know how to learn. So if you know how to learn, the future belongs to you. We go to data handling. I know that we are all familiar with the topic. From grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12, we have been doing data handling. And in grade 12, it's a typical question. It's a question for number 5 of our paper 1, which has a lot of marks. It's about 30 to 35 marks, or even more in our paper 1. So we need to know data handling very well. So before then, what is data? You should know the meaning of data. A data is a collection of numerical figures and information used in research. I can also say a data is a raw information that has not been analyzed, or information that we have not done anything to it. That is data. So on this topic, data handling, it means we are handling data. What do we mean by that? It means we are going to develop, we are going to have developing of questions. We are going to do collection. We are going to collect data, or that collection of data. We are going to summarize data. We are going to classify and organize data. And we are going to interpret and analyze data. And lastly, we are going to represent data. So this is very, very important, and I know that we did it in last term. And this is very, very important in our exams. For us to pass, imagine in paper 1, this topic has 35 marks or more. So if we know it very well, it can help us to pass and pass well. So the first thing I will talk about is developing questions. How do you develop questions for your research? How do you develop questions? The aim of the research is written as a research question. And there are 2 types of questions: the open-ended question and closed question. So when you want to develop your question, open-ended question, the answer is usually the opinion of the respondent, and the respondent can answer in their own words. Open-ended, it means you can write anything. There is no options for you you are not going to give the person an option. What is your name? The person will mention his or a name. That is an open-ended question. Now, closed questions. Closed question is the one that you give options. Is it true or false? Yes or no? John or Mark? You are giving options, and you are to tick or choose the right option. Is it A or B? That is a closed question. And open question has its own advantage and also a disadvantage. The same thing applies to closed questions. I will not go into details on that, but we should know what is the open-ended question, what is the advantage of it. Advantage of it and disadvantage of it. Let me first talk about disadvantage of open-ended question. A disadvantage of open-ended question is that the respondent might leave it out if they take too long to answer. If the question is very difficult for them, they will not say, for instance, when I say explain, is an open-ended question. So if it's difficult for you, you just leave it like that. And advantage of it. In this way, you can gain insightful data and avoid receiving answers that are biased. So advantage of it is that the person has his own way of selling you the answer. You have variety of answers. Because, for instance, as I was saying, the open-ended, you have the choice of saying whatever you want to say. That's an advantage. So the researcher, we have variety of answers that he can rely on. That's an advantage. Closed questions, advantage of it is easy for you to mark. A or B, John or Mark, yes or no. It's easy for you as a researcher to be able to analyze it because it's going to be easy, because it's straightforward. Is it A or B? Is it 1 or 2? Is it 30 or 40? It's easy for you to analyze. That's an advantage of closed questions. And disadvantage of closed question. A disadvantage of this type is that when an option provided does not accommodate all respondents, this may lead to a situation where some of the questions are not answered. Someone does say, no, it's not yes or no. You can also, somebody wish to give the answer in a different way. The person is not satisfied with whether a yes or no, true or false. So you don't give the person a choice, or you don't give the person the will for the person to answer in his own way or in his own right. That's a disadvantage of closed questions. Let me quickly go to collecting of data. How do you collect data? There are 3 methods of collecting data. So in our question, in our exams, they will say data collection instrument. They will use the word instrument. I know most learners, when they say data collection instrument, they end up saying ruler, calculators, pencil. No. When we say instrument, we mean the methods of collecting the data. So we can also write the question there and say ways of collecting data. List the ways of collecting data, or instrument of collecting data. So when you hear the word instrument, you should know that we mean the same thing as the methods or the ways of collecting data. There are 3 ways or methods or instruments of collection of data. There are 3 of them. Number 1 is observation. Observation, questionnaire, and interview. Many people normally talk about survey. A survey can fall under any of them. It can be under observation, it can even be questionnaire, it cannot be interview, but it can be questionnaire or observation. When you are doing survey, survey simply means you are going there just to see what is going on there. So when you are told to give the 3 types of collection methods of collecting data, we are strictly going to say the observation, questionnaire, and interview. Do not mention survey. So observation. What is an observation? Observation is the method of collecting data by watching and recording the results. Observation. For instance, if someone, you are a coach, a new coach has gone, you are a new coach. You can't just change tactics or change the information or formation of your team. You have to observe them at training before you can bring changes. So that's observation. It means you have to watch them. As you watch them, you write what you see. That is observation. So observation is the method of collecting data by watching and recording the results. Let me talk about advantage of observation. I'll talk about advantage and disadvantage. Advantage and disadvantage. One advantage of observation is that this method is that you don't interact with people to get the response. You, as I said, you are just watching them. You may not talk to them. You just observe them, you see what is going on, then you record what you see. Another advantage is that it's more economical. It's more economical. It's relatively inexpensive. It's not too much expensive compared to other method or instruments of collecting data. Another one is fast. It is fast data collection. It's easy to record. When you go there, you watch the thing, instantly you get your results. That's why we are saying it's a fast data collection method. You collect data quickly. That's advantage of observation. Then let's go to disadvantage. Disadvantage is that it takes more time. For instance, you want to know what is going on in a team. As I was doing that as an example, you have to watch the whole section of the team. You have to watch the whole section, the whole training. If it's the training is for 3 hours, you have to be there and make sure you participate. You watch them closely. So it takes more time. That's a disadvantage. It's time consuming. Another one is that it can also cause panic or fear to the participants. Imagine you are a new coach, you just go there, you are watching the team, you don't even speak to them, you don't interact with them, you are watching them. As you are watching, somebody who is very, very good, even has some skills or knows how to do the thing, would have some panic or fear. He or she will be fear. Why is he watching me? Does he like me or hate me? Then even you forget how to do things because the person is watching you closely. So it can cause panic, or it can also cause fear on the participant. I hope we are following. Then we go to the next one, that is questionnaire. Questionnaire. Remember, in your assignment or your investigation, there was questionnaire given to you. So what is a questionnaire? A questionnaire has the list of what? Questions. The list of questions is used to collect data from respondents. It means you write questions down on a paper and give it to them to answer for you. That's a questionnaire. A questionnaire consists of questions, series of questions. What is your name? How old are you? Why do you come to school late? Which food do you like best? You write all those questions. What social media do you like? Do you like WhatsApp? Do you like Twitter? You write it. You write the questions. That is questionnaire. You see the word questionnaire. There are questions listed down for someone to answer. That is questionnaire. So now, what is let's talk about advantage of questionnaire. Advantage of questionnaire. What can we say is an advantage? You get your information directly from the participants. As you said, you write it and you give it to them. They answer the question, they give it to you back. That's one. You can guide them on how to answer. You tell them, question 1, this, I want you to say A or B. You choose the one you like. That is a questionnaire. So an advantage is that you get it directly from the participant. That's one advantage. Another advantage is that it is not expensive. It is not expensive at all. Very, 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 it's very, very cheap to administer. To administer questionnaire is very, very cheap. You write the same questions, you do copies. You give it to all your participants. It can even be 1,000 participants. The same questions are given to them. That is very, very cheap to do. The next one is a fast result. You also get fast response. They give it to you. They give it to you. It's fast. Fast result. That's an those are the advantages of questionnaire. I've given 3 example advantage. There are a lot. Then disadvantage. What do you think is going to be disadvantage of questionnaire? The answers that are given they can be dishonest in giving you answers. The answer they will give you, even if the person like a ball, like soccer or like volleyball, the person will just use anything for you and give it to you because you are not even there. You may not even be there. You can give the question to them and say, bring it to the following week, or bring it next week, or bring it tomorrow. the person answers the question and give it to you. So the questions can be a dishonest answers. The answer they will give you a dishonest answer. Another one is that some questions may not be answered. Unanswered questions. They can leave it blank. Because in questionnaire, we don't even write names. We don't need to write names on the questions. The respondent just answer and submit to you. If you have 20 respondents like the one in investigation, they just answer indifferently. Some may not even answer all the questions and give it to you. That is unanswered questions. So these are some of disadvantages of questionnaire. Let's go to interview. What is interview? We should know the interview take place between the interviewee and the interviewer. Interviewer will ask interviewee questions and records the response. Whatever you tell me, I'm asking you question. I'm the one who's asking you question. I'm the interviewer. You that you are answering the question, you are what? Interviewee. So now, the interviewer asks the interviewee questions and response. And questions and the response are recorded by me. I'm the one who's asking you a question. So as you answer the question, I write your response down. That is interview. Advantage of interview. Advantage of interview. Can we think about advantage of interview? The advantage of interview is that the interviewer may ask further questions if the response is vague. If you have a response which is not clear, you ask what the person has said. You can use that answer that he responded to give another question. That is when your response is vague, meaning it is not clear. You tell me something, I'm not clear with it. That thing you told me, I will use it to ask another question. That is advantage of interview. Another one is that sufficient information is given. I keep on asking you, you tell me. I keep on asking you, you tell me till I'm satisfied. That is what? Advantage. Because anything I want to know about you, I get to know because you are responding to me directly. That is what? Another advantage. Another advantage is that it is flexible. We don't have a straight way of answering of questions. Let's say I have 5 questions, but I'll end up giving you 15 questions because the more you answer, that thing you tell me gives me another question to be given to you. That is advantage of interview. And also, we develop relationship. There is close relationship between myself, which is the interviewer, I'm the one who's asking you a question, and the interviewee, you that you are responding. So there is what? There is close relationship, or we develop some relationship. That's another advantage. Disadvantage of interview is that it's time consuming. It takes time because, as I said, you come, I ask you a question, the question you answered, the way you answered it will give me another way to ask you another question. So it is time consuming. And another disadvantage is that you can give bias. I can be biased. I ask you, what is your name? Simple question. The another person comes, I ask the person difficult questions. So the interviewer can have what? Bias. When you are biased, it means you are not going to be fair. I can ask you a simple question, and another person is coming, and I'll ask a difficult questions, which is going to for interview, because you can have a bias in interview. Another thing is that interview can cause panic and fear also. I ask you a question, you feel shy, you are scared. I even ask you can even ask about your name, you tell me. Furthermore, I ask you another question, you don't even know how to answer because you are scared of me. When you are scared of the interviewer, you have some fear, you have panic. It's a disadvantage of interview. I hope we are clear. So I've been able to say some advantages and disadvantage of the instrument, the 3 instruments we have. And now, somebody can ask, which of the instruments can be used for more respondents or more participants? Let's say we have 2,000 people. Which one is the best? The best to administer, or which instrument can be used? The best, or the one that you can be used, is questionnaire. Questionnaire and what? Observation. Questionnaire you can administer to a lot of people. Observation too, you can, but the best is questionnaire. But a bit fewer people, observation. Very less people interview, maybe 5 people, 10 people. You can only do interview for less people, maybe 5 or 7 people at most. You can't do interview. Let's say I want to have a data. I want to collect data in this province, KwaZulu-Natal. I go to each district. Can I do interview? I can't do interview. I have to use what? Questionnaire. For instance, if I want to know maybe the subjects each school are doing, like say in each one district, Amajuba. The only thing I do, I write the questionnaire. I give it to all the high schools in Amajuba. Then the principal or anybody responsible will write or will answer my questionnaire. I collect the questionnaires given to me, and I do my what? Analyze my data. That is what is easy to do with questionnaire. But interview, going to school by school, it can take me more than 2 months or 3 months to do that. Even you that you want to do the research, you can even die. It's difficult because the schools are many. You can't do interview. So interview can only be done on fewer or very less numbers, maybe 5, 10, 6 people. That's when you can do interview. But when there are more, you will do questionnaire, or you use questionnaire to collect your data. I hope we are following. Yes. Then that is we go to classifying and analyzing data. How do you classify? Classifying and organizing data. Sorry, we are going to classify and organize data first. Organizing data. When you are organizing data, what are we talking about? Organizing data is taking information and arranging it into some kind of order. You are organizing in order. Ascending order, descending order. It's very, very nice. You have heard this before. Ascending order, descending order. You know, when you are ascending order means from what? From the lowest number to the what? Highest number. Ascending. Somebody will say ascending, you say A, B, C. It means it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 upwards. Ascending, lowest to what? To highest. Descending, say come down. Descend, you are coming down. So it means from the highest number to the what? Lowest number. Is the opposite. Ascending, lowest to the highest number. Or we can say the minimum number up to where we have we arrange them in order up to the what? The maximum value or maximum number. That is ascending order. But descending, you start with the maximum number, or we start with the highest number to the lowest number. Descending. So ascending is A, descending start with D. So when we say alphabetical order, you know, A, B, C, D. And D, C, B, A. So descending, you come down. D, C, B, A. So you are coming down. But ascending, you are going what? Up. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should know this. People normally confuse themselves. When we say ascending, we give them data. Ascending is trying to do descending order. So ascending, lowest to highest. Descending, highest to lowest. Classifying. How do you classify? You classify means to organize. You organize it in a group or classes based on some common feature. Meaning you are going to what? organize them. You put them in some groups. So how do you classify? We use tally tables. There are two tables we use, tally table and what? Frequency table. We should know how to use them. For tally table, we don't have the tally. You know tally, how to do the tally. For instance, if I have 2, red, there are 2, I write the 2, or I write, instead of me to write even the 2, I use the sign, the 2 stroke on the tally column. White, there are 5. I will write 4 strokes and I will put 1 horizontal, across, or horizontal. So 5, how do you represent 5? On the tally table, you will say you put 4 strokes and you put 1 across it. You know what I'm saying. If it's 4, you put 4 strokes only. If it's 3, you put what? 3 strokes. Let's say if it's 10, how do you do it? You put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you cross. You leave space, you do another one, 1, 2, 3, 4, you put what? Cross. You cross it. That is 5 and 5, making 10. That is a tally table. The same way, if you are doing for frequency table, we know it. You write the let's say the color, or maybe the intervals. You write the interval. After writing the interval, maybe 10 to 14, there are 3. 15 to 19, there are 6. Maybe 20 to 24, there are 7. And now you want to draw your frequency table. What do you do? Frequency table. Then you will say 10 to 14, there are 3. Your table will have maybe the max, the frequency, and the what? And the tally. Or you can know, it should be like this. The max, the tally, and the frequency. So you do it like that. That's the frequency table. The frequency should be on the last one. Then you will say 10 to 14. You say that you put your stroke 1, 2, 3, and you put 3 beside it. That is where we have the frequency. 15 to 19. You do your tally 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You use it to cross, and after that you put your stroke 1. Then it becomes 6. Then another frequency, you write your 6. Then you continue 20 to 24, there are 7. Then you do your 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cross. Then after that, you put your 2 strokes 1, 2, and you make it what? 7, and you write your 7. Then this is a frequency table. In Mesli, they can tell you draw or represent this on a frequency table. So that is how to classify. You are able to classify and organizing them. You are putting them on a what? On a table. This is the easy thing to do. And this is 5 marks and upwards. We normally have such questions. You write the number. You write what is given to you. If it's an interval, you will look for it. You check on it. How many are there? If you are able to know how many they are, then you write the tally. Let's give one example on that. One example so that we can see what we are saying. One example. A geography examination marks expressed as a percentage of 52 learners were recorded as follows. The learners are many. There are 52 learners, and we are to represent it on a data, on a frequency table. So I will just read the figures, and we are going to do it together quickly. The numbers are as follows: 54, 67, 83, 34, 49, 56, 78, 89, 90, 79, 20, 49, 50, 70, 89, 57, 27, 48, 56, 65, 70, 22, 98, 89, 29, 56, 47, 95, 49, 67, 89, 48, 46, 89, 63, 75, 45, 50, 58, 73, 67, 45, 76, 70, 38, 46, 37, 47, 36, 38, 99, 100. That is 100. So we have 52 numbers. I'm able to read all of them. So this is the number that we are going to represent them on a frequency table. The frequency table. So now, Meslit, they will always give us the worksheet. Worksheet will be given to us, and we follow the worksheet. So it will be given to us. Ours is to complete the frequency table. So it will be given to us. So the tally and the frequency, at least, we must know how to complete it. So the intervals will be given to us. So on this question, the interval is 0 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, and 70 to 79, and 80 to 100. That is level 1 to 7. So now, on our question, how many people are under there is 0 to 29? Those are in level 1. You check, you look at it. How many are they? There are 4 of them. I'll write my frequency 4, and I will do my strokes 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm done. I go to the next one on the table. The worksheet is 30 to 39. I'll check and count how many learners got 30 to 39. You take your time and count on the question. You check one by one. There are 5 of them. 5 of them. I write my 5 under frequency, and I do my strokes 1, 2, 3, 4, and I use 1 to cross. That is 5. We know how to do this. 40 to 49. Next one. 40 to 49 is a lot. We count them. Check them when you are doing them, because in a data, when it's there, you can use your own sign. It's either you circle, you underline to know the difference on that data, or you do your asterisk, or you do some sign so that you'll be able to differentiate what you are doing. So we have done level 1, we have done level 2, we are going to level 3, which is 40 to 49. So when you check, there are 11 of them. 11 of them. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I cross. I go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 11 is going to be one stroke. That is making it 11. I go to my level 4, 50 to 59. Check, count them one by one. You will see that there are 8 of them. You say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cross with the 5th one. Then you do your 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3 to make it 8. I write my 8 at the frequency table under the frequency. Under the tally, I draw my tally. Then level 5, 60 to 69. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I write 5 there. I do my tally now. I do 4 strokes and 1 across to get my 5. Then I go to level 6. That's where I want everybody to be in my class. Level 6 and 7. Work hard and get level 6 and 7. So now let's go there. How many are there? Those who got level 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 of them. Then I write 8 under the frequency and I do the tally for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I use 5 to cross. Then I do 1, 2, 3. Then it makes 8. The last one, that's level 7. The best people, those who are very, very excellent people. You count, you check. By this time, I'll be crossing, I will be cancelled from my table, from the data I have. Then I will see the one which is left. Then I check. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 of them. 11 of them. I write 11 on the frequency. I do the tally for 11. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. You cross to make it 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 to make it 5 again. And you do your what? Your 1 stroke, making it 11. So now we have been able to represent that information on the what? The data. We are able to classify. We are able to classify it and we are able to organize it on the frequency table. I will move on to data itself. Data, how many types of data do we have? Broad topic, the data itself. How many types of data do we have? We have 2 types of data. 2 types of data. That is what? Numerical data. And what? Numerical data. And I hope we remember this topic, or we are not, or we don't remember. And categorical data. We know that numerical data is also called quantitative data. We don't need that in Meslit. Quantitative and categorical is qualitative data. So here we just need to know that there are 2 types of data. The main 2 types of data is categorical data and numerical data. When we say categorical data, what is the meaning? Categorical data are the data that are descriptive. You are describing something. That is categorical data. For instance, talking about types of maybe the color, the types of cars, the color red. They're talking about types of insurance companies. They're talking about types of maybe TV stations, the radio stations that we have. These are going to talk about, we are going to talk about what? Categorical data. But when we talk about numerical data, you can hear the word numerical is purely numbers. So a data that involves or that talk about numbers only. For instance, marks of learners, ages of learners, height of learners, your shoe sizes, they are all numerical data. Talk about numbers only. So categorical is descriptive, numerical is numbers. Very, very easy. So now, numerical data is also divided into two. Numerical data. That is discrete and continuous. Two types of data under numerical. They are discrete data or continuous data. So what is a discrete data? A discrete data is the data that has whole numbers. A discrete data, discrete, whole number. But when we say continuous data are data which has decimal and what? Or fractions. The decimal numbers or decimal fractions, or they are also decimal and what? Fractions. So discrete, whole numbers. Continuous is having what? Decimals, or they are in fractions. So we should know this. This is very, very important. So when we have 20, 30, 60, this is a discrete data. You have a data that is having 12.6 or 12.6, 19.2, 25.8. This is a what? Continuous data. So please take note of that. There are two types of data: categorical data, numerical data. But numerical data is divided into two also. That is discrete and continuous. We must know each of them, the differences, and we should know how to define them, because they can ask you in the exams that how do you know that this is a continuous data? So we are going to do the examples later. You should know. I'm just trying for you to know what is going on. And I know that in term 1, you did that. Let's go to summarizing data. Summarizing data. When we are summarizing data, it means we are going to use the measures of central tendencies and measure of spread. The measures of central tendency and measures of spread. You understand what I'm saying. When we say a measure of central tendency, what is the meaning? We don't need to know, but just for clarity, a measure of central tendency is a single value that attempts to show the central position of the set of data. So when you hear the word central tendency, your mind must go to the 3 M's. The 3 M's. The mean, median, and mode. M. The mean, median, and mode. And this you have done it from grade 10 to 11. They will tell you what is the mean. They can even ask you the definitions. Define mean, explain median, explain mode. You should know this. So this is measures of central tendency. Measure of central tendency. Later, we are going to talk about measures of the spread. So what is the mean? Another name in a calculation, they can tell you mean is what? Mean is the same as what? Average. They ask you, calculate the average. We still mean the what? The mean is the same as what? Mean. So what is the mean? What is the mean? The mean. Yes. What is the mean? Mean is what? The mean is the most common measure of central tendency that is used, but it can be easily influenced by high or low numbers in the data set. It is also known as the average. It is, how do you calculate it? It's calculated by adding all the values together. You add all the values together. All your numbers, you are going to add them together. And dividing them by the number of the values in the data set. You add all the numbers together and you divide it by how many they are. For instance, if I have 16, 20, 35. These three numbers. You add the three numbers together and you divide it by what? By 3. That's how to calculate mean. We are going to do some examples later. We go to the median. So mean is average. And how do you do it? It's the sum of all the values. That's by adding all the values together and dividing by the number of the values in the data set. Or you can easily say the sum of all the values and what? Dividing by how many values are they, or how many values they are. I've already explained that. We go to median. Median. You can hear the word median. The middle number. Median. Middle. Median. Middle. I know why I'm emphasizing, because many of us, when they ask for mean, you are looking for median. When they ask for median, you are looking for mode. You just mix them together. So median, the middle number. Median, middle. So median is a middle number in the data set after arranging in ascending order. After arranging in ascending order. You have to arrange in ascending order in order for you to know the median, mostly. So our examiners, they give questions, the data is not arranged. So you must arrange first and look for the middle number. The middle number. Remember, when you are calculating for median, what do you do when there are two numbers in the middle? You add the two together and divide it by 2. You add the two together and divide it by 2. So we are going to do some examples. So I'm just explaining. Median. The median is the middle number after arranging the numbers in what? Ascending order. Somebody can say in order, but I wish you write it like ascending order, because there are two orders, ascending and descending. So we want you to write in ascending order. Remember, ascending order means what? From the lowest to the what? To the highest. I move on to the next M. 3M. We have done the mean. We have done the median. We are going to the mode. What is the mode? Mode. When you hear the mode, you say most. Mode. You play with it. Median, middle. Mode, most. Mode, most. So the mode is of the data is the value that appears most. It appears most. If you have a graph, the highest frequency, the number which is appearing more than others, that is the mode. The mode is the number that appears most. This number is repeating, is recurring, is appearing more than others. That is the what? The mode. Then in some data, there's no mode. When they all appear the same, the numbers are just 1, 1, 1, or they are appearing 2, 2, 2, 2 equally. So in this question, there will not be mode. We are going to have some examples on these 3 M. And the 3M I told you is the what? The measures of central tendency. The measure of central tendency. So that is what? The mean, median, and the mode. Let's have a question. Example. So get ready. I'm going to read the question and we do it together. Go to read the question and we do it together. Because remember, we are doing mean, median, mode. So my question is going to be like this. The principal of Hill Primary School compiled data of the number of learners who receive social grants in each class. So a principal want to compile, you want to have some research, or you want to know how many learners are receiving grants in each class in a school. So these are the numbers. He arranged these numbers in ascending order. So it has already been arranged for us. Arranging in ascending order. So we have it 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7. So 0, there are 2, 1, there are 3, 2, there are 3, 3, there are 4 of them. 4, there are only 2. 5, there are also 2. 6, there are 3. And 7, there are 2. That is it. So the first question says, how many different classes are there in Hills Primary School? How many different classes? You see, the principal is going to each class to check. The first class is 0, second class is 0, third class is 1, fourth, next class. So you count how many. How many numbers are there? How many numbers are there? There are 21. There are 21. Remember I said 0, there are 2, 3, 1, there are 3, 2, there are 3, 3, there are 4 of them, 4, there are 2, and 5, there are 2, 6, there are 3, 7, there are 2. So we have 21 of them. The next question, determine the mode. Determine the mode. Remember the mode, we said the number that appears most in the data. The number that appears most in the data is what? It's 3. 3 appears more than others. 3 came 4 times. So it is what? The mode. Very, very easy. Next question. Median. The middle number. Median. The middle number. Remember, we have already what? Arranged in order. If this data was not arranged in order, what must we do? We must arrange first before you can what? Find your what? Your median. Remember that. So this has been arranged for us. You check the numbers. There are how many numbers? 21. So I want to look for my median number. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I end on that 3. I count from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then this 3 is in the middle. So my answer is 3. You have to count. Check. You are looking for the what? The middle number. There are 21 numbers. So you count 10 on your left. You count 10 on your right. Then the middle number is yours. As I was counting from the back. I counted from the back. I counted from the front. So the one in the middle is your 3. Are we clear? Then we go to the last question there. That says calculate. We are finding the what? Determine the mean. The first question says determine the mode. We have done the mode. The number that appears most, it was 3. Second question says determine the what? The median. We have found the middle number. It's already arranged. And the third question says calculate the mean. The mean. Mean, I can also ask you calculate what? The average. So you should know it's the same thing. Average is the same as what? As what? The mean. So here, that one, mean we don't need to arrange in order. If it's not arranged in order, we just write the numbers. So here we write the numbers, we add all of them together and divide by how many they are. So what do? You take the number, 0 is a number. So 0 is part of what we are adding together. There are 21 numbers. You cannot say because there are 0, the 0 is not part of my numbers. They are parts. So it's going to be 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7. These are 21 numbers. You add, divided by what? 21. When I take my calculator, you type them nicely, you get 71. So 71 divided by 21. I will not jump step. I write that. I write 71 over 21. What am I saying? You see, 71 over 21. You type nicely, you get 3,38. Then my answer will be 3. I want to have a whole number. I want to have a whole number. I'm supposed to ask you, is this data discrete or continuous? The data is what? A discrete data. My final answer too, I must leave it as a discrete. A whole number. So 3,38, I'll make it 3 as my answer, because in the data we have what? Whole numbers, which are a discrete data. Are we clear? That is it. So we are done with that example. So we should know how to do this work. We should know the mean, median, and mode. See you again in our next lesson. Thank you.
Siyanibonga ngokufunda nathi. Siyanimema ukuthi nithamele futhi nakusasa. Ningazithola lezi fundo ekhasini lethu lika Facebook elithi Go Digital SA Foundation na ku YouTube elithi Go Digital SA Foundation. Ziyatholakala na ku Khozi FM njalo ngoLwesine kusukela ngo9 kuya ku10 ebusuku. Ningasithola nango WhatsApp kwinamba yethu ethi 068 151